Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Tanalina Hasnata and I'm from class 4C of English Education Department at State Islamic University, Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. On this occasion, I want to review 10 articles that I have read before, and the 10 articles have the same theme, and the theme is students' anxiety in speaking English. Okay, now it's time to see my review. For the first, there is list of some of 10 articles that I have read. The first article is speaking anxiety in English conversation classrooms among Thai students, and the second, improving English language speaking skills of Aljo National University students. And the third, psychological problems faced by the year 11 students of MA Nuhat Demak in speaking English. And for the next, students' anxiety in speaking English, a case study in one hotel and tourism college in Bandung. And the next, psychological factor affecting English performance for the English learners in Indonesia. The next is investigating English speaking problems, implication for speaking curriculum development in Indonesia. The next is investigating English language speaking anxiety among Malaysian undergraduate learners. The next is speaking English naturally, the language ideologies of English as an official language at a Korean university. And the next is EFL learners' beliefs about speaking English and being a good speaker, a metaphor analysis. And the last is using mobile phone to overcome students' anxiety in speaking English. Okay, now we come to the first articles. The first article is speaking anxiety in English conversation classrooms among the Thai students. This article has a purpose. The purpose of this article is to report part of a large research project on English speaking anxiety in speaking classrooms, attitudes to speaking English and self-assessment of speaking language skills, and knowing or feeling the source of anxiety among Thai students. And the results of this study is that many Thai students feel anxiety in speaking English. Based on the research conduct, this thing happened because many students feel they lack of vocabulary and are afraid to make mistakes when speaking English. The second article is improving English language speaking skills of Aljo National University students. This study intends to improve the oral or conversational communication skills of the students at Aljo National University and helping students by providing solutions to some of the students' weaknesses. And the result, there must be new strategies involved in the learning process to improve the speaking skills of ANU students. They also suggested that lecturers create an atmosphere that could encourage students to interact verbally and use task-based learning methods. Okay, and the next is psychological problems faced by the year 11 students of MA Nuhat Demak in speaking English. The purpose of this study is to explain the psychological problems faced by 11 graders in speaking English and explain the causes of psychological matters faced by 11 graders in speaking English. And the result is there are psychological problems faced by students such as fear of being wrong, feelings of shame, anxiety, lack of confidence and motivation. And the highest cause of these things is lack of doing practice in speaking English. Most of the students admit their fear because of a lack of practice. The next is students' anxiety in speaking English, a case study in one hotel and tourism college in Bandung. The purpose of this study is to investigate the types of anxiety students speak in English speaking class and to determine the factors that cause student anxiety in hospitality college. The result of this investigation is that the writer found two types of anxiety among the students. They are trait anxiety and state or situational anxiety. And the causes of the students' anxiety are lack of vocabulary, lack of preparation, fear of making mistakes. Some are some of them are even afraid of being laughed at by their friends. And the next is psychological factor affecting English speaking performance for the English learners in Indonesia. The aim, the aim of this study is to describe the psychological factors that negatively affect the performance of speaking English learners in Indonesia. The result is the students' English speaking performance is negatively affected by psychological factors because they have a good level in English grammar and vocabulary, but they are not confident in speaking English. And the next is investigating English speaking problems, implication for speaking curriculum development in Indonesia. The purpose of this research is to investigate some of the problems of speaking English found by students majoring in English education at the Kudus State Islamic Institute of Religion. And the result are the problems faced by the students majoring in English education in speaking English is include lack of proper vocabulary, lack of mastery of grammar, lack of correct grammar pronunciation, lack of English input outside the classroom, lack of confidence, and lack of English speaking curriculum development. The next is investigating English language speaking anxiety among Malaysian undergraduate learners. The purpose of this research is to determine the level of speaking anxiety among Malaysian undergraduate students. And the result is that the students' anxiety towards speaking English is in the middle level. The author also suggests for lecturers or teachers to have more group work to reduce the level of anxiety experienced by students. The next is speaking English naturally, the language ideologies of English as an official language at a Korean university. This study aims to explore the ideology of English in Korean universities, where English has been adopted as the official language. As the result indicates that the language ideology at this university represents the institutional norms and expectation of English that are prevalent in Korean society. The next article is EFL learners believe about speaking English and being a good speaker, a metaphor analysis. The study was conducted to reveal the beliefs of EFL learners about speaking English and being a good English speaker using a metaphorical analysis approach. And the result is that speaking skills are difficult skills to master, while a good English speaker is someone fluent in English. In other words, students have positive connotation in their minds. And the last article, using mobile phone to overcome students' anxiety in speaking English. The main purpose of this study is to find out whether the use of mobile phone can minimize students' anxiety in speaking English and in turn will improve their speaking skill. And the result of this study is that using a mobile phone can reduce students' anxiety about speaking English. Even for some people, using a mobile phone can improve their speaking skills. Okay, the conclusion from the 10 articles above is that in many countries are still a lot of students who experience anxiety in speaking English. And the reason for students' anxiety are various. But we can see from my review before, the biggest reason is the lack of vocabulary. So, the next biggest reason is the fear of making mistakes when speaking English. Okay, that's enough the review from me. And now I would like to thank Miss Nida who has accompanied and guided us in this semester with useful knowledge. And I made this video to fulfill my final project of an extensive reading course, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.